Brian Enton is standing by live outside of the local jail there, where just within the last hour and a half, a very famous inmate showed up. Brian, take me to the process now, whether he's been booked and everything that's happened with Bryan Kohberger since that motorcade showed up behind you.
Yeah, it was so crazy, Ashley. You saw everything that happened about an hour ago, and now it's very, very quiet. He is now inside the jail. The booking process behind the scenes is happening. I told you earlier, this is a small jail. I mean, it's a little jail underneath the courthouse. So this is certainly a situation that they're not used to in terms of someone this high profile. But they're rolling with it. I mean, we were told that he's going to be in solitary confinement. When he was in Pennsylvania, he's vegan, so they were accommodating his vegan meal requests. And we're told that the sheriff is going to try to do the same thing here. So that'll certainly be interesting. But you see that video there? That's the motorcade that arrived, came right through the streets of Moscow. Before that, the plane landed at Pullman Moscow Airport, which is about 15 minutes from here. Touchdown. They drove him here, and then the whole process is over tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking at just a sea of people, but I'm guessing many of them, or most, or all of them, are media. However, you telling me that they drove through Moscow makes me think that a lot of people in that town have a vested interest in seeing this process through and might actually have come out to the jail to be a part of this, to witness, the arrival of this much sought after suspect. Were there people who came from the university or from the town?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. It was a lot of media, but there were a lot of people from town just standing around. And I saw that at the airport too. People drove in, parked in the parking lot. They wanted to catch a glimpse of him. They're angry. I mean, this is taken over their town. This isn't what they want to be known for. We've been here for a month. This is a beautiful, small, quaint town that hasn't had a murder in years. And they're angry at this man. And now he's back. And many people just wanted to catch a glimpse of him.
Did anyone yell? Oftentimes press will yell questions like, did you do it? And why did you do it? Even though he's a suspect only and he's got the presumption of innocence. But did any people make a reference or yell at him? Or was there a reaction from them that you could see from locals who showed up?
I didn't see anyone yelling at him. At the airport, there was a couple of locals standing by me, but we were so far away. Luckily, our cameraman was able to zoom in, but where they parked the plane, you couldn't get down to it. So even if you yelled there, I mean, it was windy. There's no way that he would hear. And it was pretty quiet here, too. I think people were just kind of quiet and watching and, just trying to sort of see what his mannerisms were like. When I saw him in Pennsylvania, we were closer. We were able to yell questions at him that he clearly heard. He sort of turned. I told you last night, he turned and glanced over at us, but has never really made any comments at anyone that's yelled.
And then just quick question about all the people who showed up with him. I mean, that was a heck of a motorcade for one person, granted, a very high profile and potentially dangerous inmate if he's, guilty of the things he's accused of. But what about all those people? Did you get a glimpse? Was it U.S. Marshals? Was it FBI? Did they get him to the front door of the jail and then head back to the jet or back to the single prop plane?
Well, I was thinking about that. You've got these people who came from Pennsylvania. We know there was at least one FBI agent on the plane. It was a small plane, and the day they've had, I mean, it started at 6 a.m. actually in Pennsylvania, and they were on that plane that took like 10 hours to get across the country with all those stops. So I'm assuming they're going to spend the night here and just rest up a little bit before they head back to Pennsylvania. But it was a big crowd with them. Like I said, some FBI. We're hearing, that the marshals initially offered to help with the transport, but that didn't happen. I'm interested in the backstory in all of this because, again, I just think it's interesting that it was the Pennsylvania State Police single-engine plane that took him all the way from Pennsylvania across the country. I think there's going to be more to that that comes out at some point.
So one quick question. I've only got about 40 seconds left, but where you are, it's a basement of cells. I think they can only hold about 42 inmates. And then he literally just has to come upstairs for a court appearance. So that could happen first thing, as gavel comes down, 9 a.m. Oh, is that, wait, you know what?
Yeah.
We've got his first booking photo on the screen, Brian. This is his first booking photo after landing in Moscow, Idaho, at the Moscow, Idaho jail. He is now out of that burgundy jumpsuit from Pennsylvania and into the orange, prison T-shirt or jail T-shirt from Moscow. 10 seconds left. Just give me a quick answer to that logistics answer, if you could.
Yeah, I'm just seeing this picture for the first time too. I'm looking at it. Yeah, just goes upstairs again. I mean, if you're from a big city, this is going to sound very strange to you, but the jail's underneath the little courthouse, and he gets walked up, and it's just that easy.